Do you ever feel that quiet, gnawing whisper inside? The one that says, not good enough, still not quite there, try harder, be better. It's a heavy cloak, isn't it? This feeling that we must constantly strive for some flawless version of ourselves, a version that always seems just out of reach. This relentless chase after an imagined perfect ideal, it's a journey many of us are on, often without even realizing how much it dictates our steps. We think it's pushing us towards something wonderful, but I wonder, what if this pursuit of perfection is less of a guiding star and more of a subtle poison, quietly dimming the vibrant light of our truest, most authentic selves? It's so easy to fall into this trap. Our world often celebrates the polished, the flawless, the seemingly effortless success. We see images, stories, and expectations that paint a picture of what life should look like, how we should look, feel, and act. And often, deep within us, there are older, more ancient whispers too. Perhaps the great psychologist Carl Jung was touching on this when he explored the idea of archetypes, those powerful universal patterns of being. Think of the perfect mother, the flawless hero, the wise old sage who never falters. These aren't bad in themselves. They can be sources of inspiration. But when we internalize them as rigid blueprints for who we must be, without room for our beautifully human messiness, they can become incredibly heavy burdens. We start to believe that love, acceptance, and worthiness are conditional upon achieving this impossible state of perfection. And what happens when we live under this kind of pressure? Our soul's unique expression, that beautiful, quirky, utterly individual music that only we can make, begins to falter. It's like trying to sing a song while constantly worrying if every note is pitch perfect, if every breath is controlled. The joy of the melody gets lost in the anxiety of performance. We might become afraid to try new things, terrified of making a mistake. We might hide parts of ourselves that we deem imperfect, curating a careful image for the world, but feeling increasingly disconnected from who we really are underneath. This constant effort to be flawless is utterly exhausting. It can lead to a persistent sense of anxiety, a feeling of never quite measuring up, and even a deep-seated shame about our very humanness. We start to edit our thoughts, our words, our dreams, trying to fit them into a mold that was never meant for us. The truth is, this perfect ideal we chase is often an illusion, a mirage in the desert of our aspirations. It keeps us striving, yes, but it can also keep us from truly living, from embracing the full, rich, and sometimes chaotic tapestry of our actual lives. Jung himself spoke about the journey of life, not as a quest for perfection, but as a path towards wholeness. He wisely said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." And what if choosing to become means choosing to embrace all of who we are, not just the parts we're proud of? What if it means recognizing that our imperfections are not flaws to be eradicated, but facets of our unique humanity, cracks through which our light and the light of others can shine? So, how do we begin to loosen the grip of this poison of perfectionism? It's a gentle unfolding, not another task to get perfectly right. It starts with a simple, profound act of kindness towards ourselves. It begins with acceptance. Imagine, just for a moment, what it would feel like to lay down that heavy cloak of shoulds and musts, to breathe into the reality of who you are, right now, in this moment, with all your strengths, all your vulnerabilities, all your beautiful imperfections. Self-acceptance isn't about resignation or giving up on growth. Oh no, It's about creating a foundation of love and compassion from which true, authentic growth can blossom. It's about understanding that your worth is inherent, not earned through flawlessness. When we start to embrace our authentic imperfection, something magical happens. We give ourselves permission to be human. We find the courage to be vulnerable, to share our true selves with others, fostering deeper, more meaningful connections. We unlock our creativity because we're no longer afraid of messy first drafts or failed experiments. Mistakes become teachers, not judges. The energy we once spent on trying to appear perfect can now be channeled into living, learning, and loving with an open heart. Think of a cherished old tree. Is it perfect? Its bark might be scarred, its branches gnarled and uneven from weathering storms. Yet it is precisely these imperfections that tell its story, that give it character, strength, and a unique, profound beauty. Our lives are much the same. Our scars, our quirks, our moments of falling short, these are not signs of failure, but marks of a life fully lived, a soul bravely navigating the human experience. Carl Jung had such a compassionate view of this. He suggested that our true self, that deepest core of our being, isn't looking for perfection. It yearns for wholeness. And wholeness, by its very nature, includes everything: the light and the shadow, the smooth and the rough. It's about integrating all parts of ourselves, even the ones we've been taught to hide or dislike. This journey of individuation, as he called it, is about becoming more fully and authentically you. Perhaps the antidote to the poison of perfectionism is to cultivate a gentle inner voice, one that speaks with the warmth and understanding of a dear friend. When the old critic starts up, perhaps we can meet it with a soft, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I choose kindness today. I choose to see the beauty in my effort, not just the imagined perfection of the outcome." This isn't about suddenly becoming immune to the desire to do well or to grow. It's about shifting the focus from an impossible ideal to a compassionate embrace of the process, of our inherent worth regardless of the outcome. It's about finding joy in the dance of life, even if we sometimes stumble. Remember, the world doesn't need another perfect illusion. It needs your authentic, imperfect, wonderfully unique soul to express itself freely. It needs your light, shining just as it is. What's one small way you could be a little kinder to your imperfect self this week? I'd love to hear your thoughts, your gentle reflections in the space below. It's always such a gift to learn from each other on this shared human journey. Thank you so much for spending this quiet moment with me, for exploring these tender places within. Remember, your worth isn't measured by flawlessness, but by the courage to be truly, authentically yourself. Sending you gentle courage. Until our paths cross again.